As we're up on top of the dam here, I just stepped up here for a few minutes to take a few shots and look around and see what all's going on around me here. It's pretty out here. Got the moon in the sky behind me. We're losing light quick though. Just wanted to get a few more shots up here from on top of the dam. I want to show you this shot from on top looking straight out across the lake here. Let me show you. Look what a shot. Beautiful. Just an awesome view out through there. And it probably is a little darker than what you're seeing on camera. Of course, the exposure helps to lighten that up a little bit, but that's a beautiful view out across the lake. And there is more water out that way. I think it cuts back to the left. There's a cove over there, and then it cuts to the right, and there's quite a bit, there's quite a bit more water out to the right, I think. But just a pretty view, pretty lake. Not sure, guys, if you can see that, but there is something moving across the water there. Not sure if that's an otter or what it is. It's about too dark to see.
Nope, he's too far out. I think it's a beaver.
As you can see, I am in my hammock just laying back here, taking it easy, letting the bugs in because my bug net is not zipped at the moment, and I've turned this light on to try and film this video. But anyway, just wanted to come back and let you know what we're doing. We are going to get that fan out of the way, but we're going to go back down to the lake here in just a little while and try to get some footage. I think Daniel's really going to try to focus in and zero in on the Milky Way and try and get some good shots of that. So whatever we come up with, we'll share in the video, and we'll bring you back here in just a little while. I was laying there and realized I hadn't had any coffee yet, and so it is coffee time for me. Looking forward to it as well.
And I'm eating me a kosher huge chocolate chip cookie.
As we had said earlier, this is one of those areas where it's supposed to have the lowest light pollution, I think, for something like 500 miles or something. So
we're just waiting on the moon to move out of the Milky Way.
You guys have probably seen this in videos before, and this is the GSI coffee pour over. One of the downsides maybe to this for some people is you need a filter for it. To me, that is a plus. I like the filter. I don't like a lot of sediment in my coffee. I'm pretty picky about my coffee. I like really good coffee. I don't like the cheap, nasty Folgers, Maxwell House kind of stuff. I like to drink the good stuff and enjoy it.
Quit throwing off on this poor boys.
Hydration, it is important. And we are up here by the lake, so water is not an issue. I usually will pack a liter in, and then usually whatever I've got strapped to my shoulder strap. That way at least I do have water if we were to get back here and maybe something happen or a water filter mess up or something like that. Of course, we do have the opportunity here or the capacity to be able to boil water. And so you can always strain it and boil it. I usually carry a Hammock on me. Those are really handy, really good for filtering water. If you've got water that is full of sand or silt or dirt of some sort, you can strain it through the Hammock, then boil it. In fact, I would even recommend strain it through the Hammock before running it through a filter. You can put your Hammock over your container, pour the water through it. It'll pick it, it'll pick up all that silt and pull some of that out. It won't get every bit of it, but it will get a lot of it, and it'll help you to get your filter to last quite a bit longer. And that way you won't destroy your filter, because those things aren't cheap. And I usually carry at least 2 filters on me most of the time. I've got a Sawyer on me, and I've got a Katadyn that I carry. The reason I carry the Katadyn is I really like it as far as being able to put it in my pocket and just hold on to it, keep it with me, fill it up, drink straight from it, that kind of thing. Works really well. And then one of the other things that I do is I usually carry a Sawyer Mini or a Sawyer Squeeze, and I'll attach it to a bag, and then like for around camp here, I'll hang it up somewhere, and I've got a 2-liter bag I attach it to, a C-knock or Canuck. I don't know how you pronounce that. I've heard it pronounced both ways. But usually I tie that up on a tree. That gives us a 2-liter water source for cleaning pots, drinking, that sort of stuff. So works out really well. So let's get some coffee on and get some caffeine in us and get caffeinated. Just burnt the hair off my finger. I feel it. And again, guys, this is the Outdoor Element fire beaner. I think they call this thing. It's just like a carabiner. It's got a clip on it. It's got a wire or a rope cutter, wire cutter. Maybe, I guess you cut wire, but mostly for rope on it. It does have the striker wheel on it. Really handy. You can just clip it to whatever. I usually keep it with my cook kit when I'm sitting around camp like this. I just clip it to the legs on this table that I made. Really handy piece of kit. I like it. And again, the other thing I've got is this GSI cup. It comes with its own sleeve. And if you need something for measuring, it's got the measurements on the cup on the inside. Just pull it out of the sleeve. You can see them. Measure what you need. It makes the perfect size for a cup of coffee. And that's typically what I use. Works really well. The whole thing on the ground.
You better be glad they wasn't coughing in there.
Yeah, I know. I'd have been mad.
You would have been mad. I would have been laughing.
That would have been an edit in the video.
No, that was staying in.
Because I might have got angry and started throwing things. It does feel good out here tonight. I've not checked the temperature lately. Daniel's usually the one shouting out the temperature. I don't know what it is right now. We've not checked it in a little while, but it has cooled down significantly.
I had my thermometer in my tent a while ago.
It does feel real good right now. Freshness is the thing with coffee for me. I found a company out of Perrysburg, Ohio. Shout out to Iron Bean Coffee. If y'all want to sponsor me and send me some coffee, feel free to do so. But I buy Iron Bean out of Perrysburg, Ohio. The guy that owns it, Fred, he is a veteran. He is a former Marine, I do believe. Great guy. Really backs up his product and stands behind it. So really good guy. If you like some good coffee, check out Fred at Iron Bean.
Our first big hike was a disaster.
Yeah, we were really unprepared, kind of greenhorn, just being honest. Didn't really know what we were doing. I mean, we'd been to the lake and hiked, or we've always kids been to the lake and camped, that sort of stuff. And, you've hiked around the woods, probably around your house or something like that, but we'd never really done any big major hikes. And our first hike was not a trail for a novice. It was a very, very difficult trail, very steep.
Not ashamed to say it. It was supposed to be, 3-4 day trip?
Yep.
It ended up being 1 day.
Yep. The next morning we come out and barely made it.
Yep, my boots fell apart.
What about you guys? You had any hiking disasters, or went out with a certain expectation to come back and it wasn't what it was supposed to be? I think we've all had those trips.
He
in the future probably will.
He got sick as a dog that morning. He was down.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know. I didn't know if I was gonna make it or not. Just being honest.
And my poor old feet was trashed.
I think what I ended up doing was getting dehydrated. Didn't really drink enough water, and didn't really eat enough, just being honest. And got up the next day, and I could feel it. I was in a mess, bad shape. Just wasn't feeling well. No energy, no strength. Just wasn't good.
And this is a true story. We taped my shoes, and we prayed that they would hold together till we got back to the cabin where we were supposed to got picked up. And so help me, right when we hit the lake right in front of the cabin, my shoes fell apart.
Yep, right where we needed to be. So
and
it worked out.
They ended up going in the trash.
Stellarium is the app he's using to follow the Milky Way and try and see where it's at, so we can get some good footage tonight. If we can get out there on the lake somewhere, and probably on top of the dam, looks like it's going to be the best spot, best location to try and get some footage. Cheers. Good cup of coffee. Daniel and I have talked about this a lot on trail. It's funny, it's strange how when you're out on trail that, coffee, ramen, the Mountain House meals, or, Peak Refuel, Backpacker's Pantry, whatever your preference is. It's funny how that stuff tastes better out here on trail. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just our mind and our imagination, but it certainly tastes better when you're out on trail, or at least I think it does.
You take ramen noodles and fix them in your house, and then you come out in the woods and eat them, and it's like it's a totally different meal.
Yeah.
It's good for your blood pressure too.
Ramen?
If you got low blood pressure.
Yeah, if you're almost non-existent in blood pressure, ramen may help that.
Here, eat these 2,800 grams or milligrams of sodium.
Yeah, probably not the healthiest meal, and it really isn't something that I eat regular or eat a lot at the house. Occasionally, I'll get a craving at the house and eat some ramen. I usually spice it up, especially if I'm at the house. I'll cut up some vegetables and throw in it, and some different spices, and just spice it up. And try not to use the entire spice packet that comes with it, because that's where all your sodium is.
I use about half.
Yeah.
Usually. What? Somebody's asking me, don't you all get afraid coming out camping of wild animals? And I was like, no, not of wild animals. I was like, you got to be more aware of people than you do animals. Just too, when somebody sees somebody camping, they're quiet, they just walk right on by. Not now.
You never know what'll happen, or who or what you'll run into in the woods. What about you guys? Anybody afraid to go camping at night? Overnight in the woods, that type of thing. A lot of people are. Most of the time, there's nothing. I mean, you don't really run into anything. Occasionally, we've had a deer walk through camp. We have heard a bear a time or two, I think, when we maybe once when we were up Keoki. I think there was a bear up there.
Might have heard elk.
Yeah, and maybe an elk before. So we have seen some big animals come close to camp at night, that sort of thing. But for the most part, I mean, you don't really see too much. I think Daniel said it best a minute ago. You just about have to worry more about people than you do animals. Especially if you're hiking and you're camping in places that is well traveled, well populated, where you're going to run into a lot of people. But the few times that I've been here at Bark Camp, I've not really run into anybody. I know during the day there are people who come into the lake area over there and they fish quite a bit, that type of thing. But as far as hiking the trail, you don't really see a whole lot of people. You may pass a hiker here and there, and there are some different events that they do as far as some hiking, you know, that type of thing.
Trail running.
Yeah, trail running. There are some events, annual events that they hold that would involve some of this trail. So, you know, those times of year you got to be aware of if you're going to go out hiking the trail, and just be aware if you're going to do it during those times, you're going to run into a lot of people. Myself, I prefer to go on off days. You know, in fact, while we're filming this trip here, you know, this is a Wednesday, Thursday overnight. That's what we're doing. If you've not seen the first video we put up, go watch it. It was overnight at Keokee Lake. We had drunks that literally were probably 75 yards, maybe 100, but more like probably 75 yards over the hill behind us, down in a little cove at the lake, because we were closer to the lake than what we are here at Bart Camp. And they were literally over the hill behind us, and you know, they were loud, which I can deal with that a little bit, I guess. That's not what I come out here for. But the issue we had is they started shooting, and we didn't know where they were shooting or what they were shooting at. So that led to us packing up and trying to get out of there. And if you've not watched that video, go watch it. It involved drunks shooting, to trying to walk around the lake in the middle of the night and find people who our understanding were lost. So anyway, go check that video out. We'll try to drop it in the link on this one if you want to watch it.
First time I was when that guy come off the hill with the light. You remember that?
Yeah.
Now that dude come. We was sitting there. It was during, it's what, winter, fall, winter.
Yeah, it was fall time of the year, because we could see him all the way up through there.
We could see a light coming down the hill. I mean, it was right behind us. And he got, I don't know, 50, 70 feet. I mean, he was close. His light went out. And then you just hear him walking through the dark.
Yeah.
And both of us at that time, we had our pew-pews with us. That was one time that I was walking with it in my hand.
Yeah.
And then after we were talking back and forth about, about carrying, next thing you know, his light turned back on. He went up the hill and went back out. That's only about 2 times I've ever got really.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say afraid, but
got interesting, to say the least.
I become really aware, I'll put it that way.
Yeah, it become interesting.
That was nuts. And then the only other time I remember at Keokee Lake was that one night when, I don't know if that was a person just messing around or what. I think he was asleep. Is that night I heard that big limb knocking against that tree about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. I remember you talking
it wasn't falling out of the tree. It was like bam, bam. That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then it just quit.
What y'all think? Bigfoot, Keokee Lake?
I don't know what that was that night.
Never know what you'll run into sometimes.
Yeah. You need some self-defense.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what to carry, but at least carry you some bear spray.
Yeah.
Give them a good taste of that. They'll leave you alone.
What y'all think, guys? Y'all got any strange stories from on trail, from hiking, camping, that sort of thing? Let us know in the comments. Guys, it's about 10:30. We've just been sitting around, still sipping on some coffee, talking, just telling stories, hanging out. Part of what we come out here to do, just to get away, relax, sort of hang out, and just chill out and disconnect. I know for me, I was thinking earlier this morning when I got up and was getting ready, and just thinking about change and all the changes that have happened just in the last little while. As far as in my life, been a lot of changes over the last several years. Some pretty significant changes, but you look around in the world and you see what's happening in the world around us, and it seems like things are changing faster and faster every day. Things change quickly. some of the things that we take for granted, you know, may no longer be there. A lot of our freedoms and our liberties that we're enjoying, seems as though those are quickly eroding away. But just been thinking a lot about change and how change is a part of life. You can't get away from it. It's inevitable. As much as maybe sometimes we dislike it, especially when we're in the process. I know sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's hard to deal with, but it is a part of life. Can't get away from it. Sometimes the best thing to do is embrace it and make the best of it and go on. And seems as though sometimes when you get on the other side of whatever that change is, it doesn't turn out to be as bad as you thought it was. So anyway, still sipping on this coffee, enjoying it. Like I said, it's about 10:30 almost. We'll probably wait a little while longer and maybe head out on the lake. I think we're still waiting on that moon to move a little bit. I think it's still pretty much in alignment with the Milky Way, which would make it difficult to get any real good footage of it. So we may be up at, who knows, 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get over there and get some footage. Or let me rephrase that. Daniel might be over there at 3 o'clock in the morning. I might be up here in the hammock sawing logs, running off all the critters. Guys, it is about 2:40 in the morning, and we're just now laying down, really. I just got in the hammock. Daniel just got in his tent. We have actually been out on the dam out there taking some pictures, some time-lapse video, photos. Tried to get the Milky Way, but the moon was so bright that it was difficult to really get any good photos or good time-lapse pictures. We did get a few good shots and a few good things, and we will share those in this video. But it's been a long day, been a good day. It's been good to be in the woods. It's been good to get out, get away. This is a nice little place up here to come. It's pretty easily accessible. Plenty of trails to hike, plenty of places to explore. But nonetheless, again, it is late. It's almost 3 a.m. But just wanted to jump on here, give you an update, let you know kind of what's going on. And I'm going to try to get some sleep. And I will see you at whatever time I get up in the morning. I got a feeling I'm going to be sleeping in pretty late, unless it just gets too hot and it wakes me up. Bit of a headache too. I've got a pinched nerve back here in my neck that's giving me a little bit of problems as well, hurting up the side of my head. But anyway, it's been a good day overall. I'm gonna try and get some sleep, and I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. It is probably about 10:30 now. Just getting up, getting started, getting going. Beautiful day out here, just like it was yesterday. In fact, today looks like it might be an even nicer day. But we're just getting up and getting stirring this morning. Going to probably put on some coffee here in a minute and maybe snack around on a Cliff Bar or something. Not really a big breakfast person, but it is going to be a beautiful day. We're going to head back out toward the lake out here probably before we leave and try to get some more footage around the lake. And there's a couple other places we might explore if we have the time that, you know, we could hike up to, some short little hikes. But again, it is a beautiful day out here. We're going to try to work on getting some coffee and maybe snack on a little bit of something and then start packing up and head on back out toward the lake. It was a late night last night. I think it was probably close to 3 o'clock by the time we actually went to sleep probably. I know we were out at the lake until close to 2 o'clock, I think it was, before we headed back this way. We did get some pretty good photos, some pretty good time-lapse images and that sort of stuff. But anyway, it's going to be a nice day, so let's get it going. Guys, there's a little something on the tree over here that I spotted. We've seen it the last time we were up here, and I think one of the other guys went over here and investigated it, and I'm not sure, I don't remember what it was, but it's definitely something man-made that is attached to a tree over here, so let's go see what it is. Okay, guys. Maybe you can see that on the tree right over here. Looks like something homemade. As you can see, all these gnarly looking rotten pieces of tree. But you can also see right there the butt of this tree. When we were up here last, that had not yet broken off. And if you will look right here, you can see it's split, broken loose right here. This used to be a forked tree like this, and whatever that is was setting in between the two. So let's go look at it. So as you can see, that is not natural to the woodland here. That is some type, you can see a chain here they had to brace it. You can see here, if you look closely right here and right here, you can see there's some hinges that swings. In other words, this piece here pulls toward us, leaving the other place where it was, and looks like probably created a little seat of some sort. But that is not natural to this. And last time we were up here, as I said, that right there had not fallen. This big tree here had not fallen, and this was wedged between the two. So I don't know if somebody's been trying to deer hunt up here, or if somebody's, you know, maybe using it for nature watching. But either way, that should not be here. Given the fact this is national forest. So anyway, this is a pretty woodland in here. Nice little area, nice little place to come visit, camp, hike. Plenty of trails up in this area. But anyway, this is not supposed to be here. But this is a nice little woodland, nice little place to come and hang out, camp, do some camping, do some hiking. Actually, the trail that comes out from the lake out this way that we were on, that is the Chief Binge Trail. And I think I said yesterday, that thing runs about 30, I think it's roughly 30 miles. I think 30, 31, something like that. Goes from the High Knob Tower out to the I think they call that hanging rock out that way where it goes to. Plenty of trails to hike. There's also some other trails beyond that. On the lower side of the mountain on the other side, there is some other trails down in there to hike, some shorter trails. But anyway, it's a good place to come visit, but let's get some coffee going this morning. Well, guys, before I can get coffee going, I need water, so I'm gonna have to go this morning. What I've got is this 2-liter smart water bottle and this Catadine filter, and these Catadines work really great. You can just dip it straight in the water, straight in the lake, fill it up, start drinking straight out of it because it's got a filter built into the lid. But nonetheless, let's head down to the lake and get some water so we can get some coffee on. See, guys, a game trail right there. Looks like something's been going up the bank right here in these 2 or 3 spots, and the reason for that is there is a power line that runs up through there. Some opening, I guess, makes it easy for them to travel. Almost to the lake. You should be able to get a little bit of a view right here. Trail marker. But there you can see the lake. Guys, it is a beautiful day out here. It really makes me wish I would have brought a fishing pole, which we didn't, and possibly my kayak, and got out here on the water and got some video. Maybe catch a few fish. Might involve a fish fry. Guys, as you can see, this Catadine is pretty slow. This one is fairly old, probably about due to change the filter on it, but nonetheless, it still works. Just a little slower than I'd like. Well, guys, I think that's enough to make coffee. I was going to fill up this 2-liter, or this 1.5 liter bottle that I have, but this thing is working so slow, I think I'm just going to take it back and go ahead and probably filter it with my Sawyer, which I have with me as well. So. Give you a bit of view of camp here before we break down. Of course, Daniel's set up over there with his tent. He said he didn't sleep all that well. He was on a bit of an angle, a bit of a incline, and his tent pad, he was sliding off of it.
No, when I got in the sleeping bag, I was sliding off the...
When he got in the sleeping bag, he was sliding off the pad.
Yeah,
So.
it was like riding a water slide.
And then there's my setup, the hammock. Well, hey guys, we're getting set up here, gonna make some coffee. I think Daniel has finished eating while I was out at the lake, which, as you can see in the video, the catadine is not quite working as it should. I think I can nonetheless get enough water out of it to at least make coffee. Those little things, guys, if you don't have them, I would recommend them. They're really good for stabilizing, especially if you don't have a table and you're just setting it on the ground. If it is on a table, something like this that's a little bit slicker, not as rough, it does have like some rubber silicone type feet on there, and you can see when you set it, it doesn't slide. I got some water into this bottle down there at the lake, but I don't know if I've got enough to do exactly what I want to do here, so we'll see. If it's not enough, I'll have to squeeze some out of the old catadine, and I'm going to have to, which is going to take some time. It is muggy this morning, guys. Walked down to the lake and back, and that's not a very far walk at all, and I'm already underneath wet with sweat. I can feel it. So it's going to be a hot one today. It's going to be a nice one, but it's going to be hot. If the humidity stays down, it won't be as bad, but I've got a feeling it's going to be pretty muggy because I think the rain is supposed to start moving in maybe late this evening. Guys, this is bear country. We did hang our food last night. We went down from the campsite there and hung it just to be on the safe side. Anytime you're in an area that is well traveled and well visited, especially tourists, that sort of stuff, which this area isn't necessarily all that, but people do come up here and fish quite often. And so that makes it, can make it a little more dangerous, but if you're in an area where people visit frequently and the critters, the bears, get a little used to people, it can make it dangerous. So. Guys, we're about ready to experience a good old cup of coffee here. Daniel is about packed up and ready, I think, but
Hey, I just got to put my tent up. Yeah.
I'm going to
Cram
sip on this cup
everything
of
in.
coffee and get packed up, and then we'll probably head out to the lake for just a little bit and head home. It's done, ready to go, and I'm looking forward to it. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Like we said last night, sitting around just chatting a little bit, that for whatever reason, you know, on trail coffee, food, that type of stuff just seems to be better on trail. So, and as far as storing my coffee, I just put it down in one of these mesh bags. It's something else has probably come in this. I don't know where. I really don't even remember where I got it. I've had it for a while. Maybe a skillet came in it. I can't remember. I just keep my stuff in it. That way, I kind of like mesh for certain things, so you can see through it and see what it is at a glance, and you don't have to worry about it, and just drop it down in your pack. Guys, we do appreciate you coming along with us on this adventure. We are still sipping on this coffee. Daniel's about finished packing up. As usual, he's way ahead of me in breaking down.
Trying to figure out how to fold this stupid chair.
I'm the slow one at breaking down. Daniel's usually quicker at that. But we do appreciate you coming along with us, and if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Helps us out. Hit the like button, and if you like the content, then share it with others. Help us get the content out there, and help others come along on our adventures with us and see what we get to see. And hope you guys enjoyed the footage from last night. The stars. We got some time-lapse photos, and we got some video. We hope you enjoyed the moonset. I thought that was probably the most awesome thing that we were able to get last night. Daniel was able to capture. Hope you guys enjoy that. Again, if you do, just subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share it. And we're going to finish up on this coffee and get packed up, and we'll bring you back here in just a bit. Well, hey guys, just wanted to show you this little hack I did on my hammock here to hold a pillow. As you can see right here, guys, what I have is one of these little plastic alligator clips. It connects to this bungee, and what I did with the bungee is took it up into where the ridge line attaches at the end of the hammock and just attached it to it, brought it down here. And this is one of those little, you just pull the top and that pops open. It allows this little alligator clip to open, and you can detach it from the pillow. Works pretty well with this Trekology pillow because it has the elastic band on it that holds it to a sleeping pad, so I just clip it in there. I do have another pillow that I use sometimes, and if I use it, it doesn't have the band, and where I don't blow one all the way up. If you've ever used a pillow, you know, don't blow them all the way up. They're very uncomfortable that way. About half the air is about what I do. But this will then again just clip to this pillow. It won't damage it. I've never had it do any damage, but it works really well. So that's just a quick little hack to hold your pillow. I'll show you here. When you have it attached and you close it off, and you let go of it, it falls out. It just dangles to the ground, or dangles above the ground. As you can see there, it is dangling. You can see it's dangling above the ground. It doesn't hit the ground. You just pull it up, throw it right back in there, good to go. Guys, I've not really filmed a whole lot of the breakdown. It's pretty simple. Most people, you know, you see it pretty regular in just about every video, not just mine, but others. But one of the things that I do like to do is my ground sheet and my tarp usually go last. I always try to keep them on the outside of my pack somewhere. I've got this big mesh pocket in the back here is usually where I put them. Sometimes I'll put it right on the top underneath the lid, the strap that goes across after you seal the main compartment up. There's a cinch strap there. Sometimes I'll lay it under that and put the lid over it. The reason I do that is it makes it easy access if you're coming in the rain, or you're expecting rain and you're kind of in a hurry trying to get set up. It's just convenient to be able to grab that thing and just go. You know, that way you can throw your tarp up, get it set up, and once your tarp's up, then you're in the dry. You can still hang your hammock and stay relatively dry. Get all your other stuff out and get set up and not really have to worry about it. But what I do is I leave this ground sheet down. That way I can put all my stuff on it. That way I don't lose nothing. Everything's on the ground sheet. I can put my pack on it, and then I can start stuffing all my stuff in my pack and getting it laid out how I want it. It just works really well, real convenient. Just a quick, simple, easy way of doing things. Everything else goes on the outside. If you bend them, you ain't really out nothing.
All day you wanted to sit outside instead of having to sit in the tent all day if it was raining.
Most of the guys with 0 days though, they're in a hospital somewhere.
Well, in a small group, not no big group.
Well, guys, as you can see, we're packed up and ready to roll out of here. We did our usual walk through and made sure we left no trace, didn't leave anything behind, cleaned up our garbage, that sort of stuff. Of course, there is a fire pit here from last time, but we've got everything cleaned up. We're going to head down to the lake, and it is muggy, it is humid. Again, we ain't been able really to check the temperature due to not having any cell service up here. But it's, again, nice day out here. It is muggy, it is hot, but we've got everything cleaned up, everything packed up. We're just ready to grab our stuff and head out of here. I think Daniel's been ready for quite a bit longer. He tends to pack up quicker than I do most of the time. But we're going to grab our stuff. We're going to head out of here and head down toward the lake, and we'll bring you back when we get on out on trail somewhere. Hey guys, as you can see, we are back at the vehicle here. It wasn't a very long hike out from where we were at out there on the other side of the lake back this way. We're out here just shy of the recreation area where we filmed some of the first, took some of the first pictures and filmed some of the first footage yesterday. I think what we're going to do is load up here in the car. We've already got our stuff off, our packs off and stuff. But there's a walking trail around the front side of this lake here. I think what we might do is walk out here, or pull out here and pull over and maybe walk down here. There's a dock. There's a dock down here and a little covered dock with a little cover on it with some picnic tables and stuff that sits right on the water. I think we're going to go down there and maybe try to take a few pictures, maybe catch a little bit more video, and then we're going to load up and get out of here and wrap this thing up. But again, we want to thank you for coming along with us on this adventure and on this journey. Hope you enjoy the content, enjoy the footage, especially some of what we caught last night down here on the other end of the lake, down where the dam and the spillway is. Hope you enjoy that. If you do, just hit the like button, share it, subscribe to the channel, helps us out a lot. And we do appreciate you signing on with us, tuning in with us, and watching the content. That's why we do it. We do it to get out here and have fun, but we do it to bring you along with us, because I know you know, a time in my own life when it was difficult to get out and enjoy nature. And you know, some folks, I guess, live it vicariously through other people, and we're happy to help those people do that who can't really get out. So again, we hope you enjoy the content. We're going to turn this thing around and head up here and go down to the water, and I'll probably bring you back when we get to the lakeside up there. Hey guys, we're going to walk down here to the lake for just a minute and sort of see what it looks like down here out on this little pier. We didn't get any footage down there yesterday, so we're going to walk down here and get some pictures, some video, and see what it looks like down there. So let's go check it out. Guys, as you can see, nice little area here. They've got a little amphitheater right there. I'm assuming during the summertime, spring, summer, maybe even fall, do some type of maybe concerts or something over there. Anyway, nice day out here. It is muggy, a little humid, but it is very nice. Beautiful little lake. Maybe sometime in the fall where the views would be quite a bit better. I think maybe we might come up here and maybe hike this loop trail. There's a loop trail. I think it's roughly about 3 or 4 miles. You can see part of it going through the woods right there. We come in on that trail when we were up here, did a 3 or 4 day hike from the tower out this way. But maybe we'll come up here one day and hike around the loop trail and get some video of that. These steps here in front of us will take us down to the little dock area here where we can get right on the water. As you can see out this way, right here, the water goes back in that cove, back through there quite a ways. That's where the ridge trail, the Chief Ben's Ridge Trail, comes down to the lake out there. It goes so far out there and basically turns to a big swampy area that goes back through that. I don't know if y'all seen that fish just jump. That was pretty cool. But it goes back out into that cove out there, and then it turns to like a big swampy marsh for quite a ways back through there. Pretty little area here. That's that little cove. When we were at the dam last night and yesterday evening, of course the dam is back this way, and we were pointing out this way. That's that cove you could see. And I don't know if you can see this saddle right here, but that saddle right there is where that moonscape was, but we were back out on the other side of the lake. But you can see here how pretty this is. Of course, that's the dam back out that way, and this is just a little picnic area here. Single picnic here, and then a picnic table here, and then over there out in front of us right there you can see another little dock. But this takes you right out on the water. As you can see, you've got a really good shot here to just look out on the water. That is the dam and spillway area down there. We were out on this grassy area right here last night, right at the edge of the spillway. Right in there is where we were taking all of the video and photos last night, for the majority of them anyway, in that area down there. But it is a pretty lake. Beautiful day out here. As you can see, the sky, a few little clouds floating around, but for the most part it is a beautiful day out here. Well guys, I think we're about going to wrap it up right here. I hope the wind isn't affecting the audio too much right now. The wind is blowing a little on the lake here. But we're going to wrap it up right here. We are glad you joined us. We're thankful that you found us. And if you've already subscribed to the channel, we thank you for that. If you've not, we just ask go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button. Share the content. Help us get it out. But again, it's been a beautiful day. Yesterday was beautiful. Today was beautiful. Last night was pretty epic. I thought some of the footage that we were able to get down here on the dam that you can see in the background back here behind me. But it's been a good time to be out and about. I like to get outside, like to get out into nature, and just it's a good place, a good way to sort of disconnect sometimes and clear your mind, clear your head, and get refocused. But I do think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here, as bad as I hate to leave, but got some things to do. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up and leave it at this. But again, thank you for joining us, and we do appreciate you, and hope to see you on the next adventure. Guys, if y'all can see those deer, let me see if I can zoom in. about as close as I can get. Guys, hopefully y'all can see that right to the right of the mirror there. Looks like a spike. Two little fawns. And they're just romping around over there in the woods playing like they don't have a care in the world. Guess y'all can see that right there, guys. That is a little spike. Some does over there. They're just playing and having a good time like we're not even here. Not something you see every day there. Usually they take off and run from you. They've been over there just playing in the woods. Maybe you can see a little better there. Still got spots on it.